I want to follow that up. This is going back to our area having such a difficult time with failure and embracing failure. Did any of the previous investors that you had before invest in EWedded today, or are they thinking about it?
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's perfect case in point for me. And I'm not saying anything negative about people that invested in you before, but like one of the culture that I think that we need to embrace in our area is, hey, if it doesn't work out, that's too bad. But you've learned a whole lot along the way. And I want to be the first person that you contact when you start something new, because the amount that you learned along the way is invaluable, and that you can take it with you moving forward. So I just wish that I was hoping that the answer that you were going to share was that, yeah, people are on board and they want to write you another check.
No, and I would say, I'm not one for excuses. I'm really not. And I will pound the pavement and do whatever I need to do to get to where I think I want this company to go. And I know there's a lot of opportunity here, and it's very valid. But I do believe sometimes when I'm talking to people or emailing people that have, really kind of championed me to continue, they still have in the back of their head that I failed in a business. And
that's the whole thing is crazy to me. So like, if you're an investor, I'm trying to like process this through my mind. If you're an investor, you're telling me that you would rather put your money behind somebody that has never started a business before, doesn't know the first thing about starting a business. You would rather bet on that horse as opposed to someone that went through and has so many experiences that you were able to experience, that you're never going to make that same mistake again. Or
you're supposed to bet on people, right? Not ideas.
Well, and here's the thing. I built a multi-million-dollar company. Like you said, Zach, only 4% of companies reach the $1 million mark. I took a company that was dying, like barely doing $500,000 a year. And had I continued business from 2017, we would have done $3 million. I mean, so it's like, yes, I made a horrible decision. I made a series of horrible decisions. There were probably like 3 back to back. But when you look at the context of the career and how long I owned that company, that was 13 years of business. And there was a lot of really great decisions made over that time period.
If you look at some of the most well-known founders out there today, I would be willing to bet that maybe 10% are first-time founders. Yeah. So Travis from Uber was not.
But even if you take a business and look at it from a feature perspective on a technology business, how many features that go out that for some of these big companies that cost tens, hundreds of millions of dollars to get these features out there that bonk and fail out there.
Right.
But it's okay that they do it, but not other. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like you're taking the risk to figure out which one of these things is going to work, right? It's just like a bowl of spaghetti. You're figuring it out, and not everything's always going to work. And I think that's why that diversification of a portfolio is important, but also like, hey, it's going to take time for these things to happen. And hey, by the way, we bought this sign, it didn't work. Okay, well, we're going to try a different sign. We're going to try this other marketing campaign. It's
right.
It's wild.
I mean, I bet on me today way more than I bet on me in 2004. I mean, like,
I like that. You got to bet on yourself.
Like, this is a part of the conversation that I have when I'm talking to investors or filling out an accelerator, application. Is like, I've walked the walk. I have experienced the highs and lows of business, and I was the best in the industry in this market, and I was the absolute worst in this market.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Right? Like, and I went through it, I'd like to say gracefully, and didn't lose, my will for entrepreneurship and to try to make a difference in the world, both from a business perspective and, a personal perspective. So I agree with you, Tim. If as an entrepreneur, if I have one major frustration for this market, it is the fact that people hold so tightly to the failures and not the opportunities that are put in front of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see a change. We'll get there. It's such a slow process, but